Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my channel again with me, with Mr. Bai in this time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, I hope you are still in good condition in happy situation. Okay guys, today I'd like to discuss one material and this is very important for yourself exactly. But before doing that, please don't forget to subscribe and then share and then click on the launching there. So that's why you will get the latest information from me from YouTube channel. I'm going to study with you now, and then I'm going to share about the experience of myself to teach you about one of the worthy material, guys. Okay. Today I'm going to start our material by showing you the presentation of mine, and then I make it from flipping books, and then this material is talking about narrativeness. So probably you will understand a lot about this text, and then please listen carefully, and then after that, if you've got some questions, you may ask me later in my description channels there. You can search on there and then you can type it some comments and then talking about the materials of myself. Hey guys, check this out. Yeah, I will going to make it slow it down first. Okay, right. Yeah, I will explain it about narrative text from my flipping books. I had already made it from online. Okay guys, I record this voice on Friday guys, Friday or Jum'ah that you can see there on this description. Yeah, so I'd like to make it so earlier and then it's very important for yourself guys. Okay, let's get down to the business now. I'd like to discuss with you about narrative text, yes. If you can see it from the pictures there are at least two pictures. This is about Cinderella and this is about Pinocchio. Everybody loves this story by the way guys. Cinderella and Pinocchio. Maybe from this picture you will understand a lot what are we going to do for these materials today. Yeah, maybe in your mind maybe you get something like I got the brightness, the ideas about this one. Okay, slideshow berikutnya guys, look at there. I made it also with the picture of Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, you can see it there. This is one of the cartoon film, and this is very popular, of course, in the world, of course. So, what's narrative text? Kalau narrative kita lihat from the picture, you can see it there. Maybe there's related about dongeng or something else, but I make it the explanation there. You can see it there. This is the explanation. Narrative text is a type of text in the form of an imaginary story, an engineered true story, or a fairy tale that has a series of connected chronological events and aims to entertain the readers. So that's the English, and this is the definition in our language in bahasa. You can see there. So narrative itu adalah sebuah jenis teks English yang the contentnya is talking about imaginary story atau cerita khayalan guys. So or also kisah nyata yang little bit dibumbui dengan rekayasa or fake. So this is a real story but fake. It's also called narrative text. Jadi cerita nyata tapi diberi bumbu-bumbu seperti cerita yang tidak nyata atau cerita palsu, namanya is called it also narrative, dan itu juga disebut dengan narrative. Yang kita tahu sejauh ini narrative adalah cerita tentang dongeng ya, atau dongeng yang memikirkan peristiwa kronologis yang saling terhubung. Maybe that's a general narrative. Itu adalah naratif yang biasanya guys, biasanya yang kalian maybe you can study there outside of this country or outside of this country. Tapi kita akan lihat contoh-contoh lagi yang naratif. Next slide. Kita lihat slide berikutnya. Nah, sebetulnya cerita naratif yang Anda bisa lihat di sini, yang kalian bisa lihat di sini, cerita naratif itu macamnya banyak guys, dan kita sudah pernah bahas satu-satu guys ya. Cuman ya the favorite narrative text you can choose one out. A fairy tale, that is a dongeng, mystery. Everybody knows mystery of course. Science fiction, ya cerita ya technology, modern, is about science and then technology. That's called science fiction. Romance, every teenagers loves this story. Romance, yes, romantica, and this is talking about love, hatred, dislike, or something else about teenagers, of course. Horror, everybody knows this cerita from ghost or something else. Thrilling is also horror. Fable, yeah, everybody knows Fable, guys. Fable itu adalah cerita-cerita yang berhubungan dengan animals or plants or flowers, can speak. The main point is can speak. Ya, jadi inti utamanya kalau Fable adalah cerita naratif yang semua benda-benda yang Mr. Bay tadi sebutkan di awal itu adalah cerita yang bisa speaking, ya kan, can speak of course. Myth and legend. Myth is mythology or mythos. Legend is legenda. In Indonesia, you got it a lot of legends ya guys. Anda bisa dapatkan semua atau Anda bisa pelajari legend yang ada di Indonesia itu banyak banget guys. I cannot mention it one by one. Tapi nggak bisa nyebutin satu persatu about our legend. Okay, next history, sejarah. Everybody knows history, ya, sejarah, especially for our struggling to fight to get our freedoms, untuk mendapatkan kemerdekaan kita. We got it a lot of history about that. Next, slice of life, Anda bisa lihat di sini, slice of life and personal experience. Two kinds of narrative facts ini terkadang memang is not popular guys, jadi tidak terlalu popular dibandingkan kalau kita melihat tentang fairy tale. Very popular that one, but slice of life also is very important for us as teenagers or as young persons, ya, orang-orang yang masih muda yang lahir tahun 2000 ke atas lah. Ini sangat penting sekali ketika kita mempelajari tentang slice of life. Slice of life itu seperti potongan kehidupan sesuatu atau seorang tokoh guys ya. Dalam hal ini yang very popular the names and then well known out of the world and of course well known in our country Indonesia. One of them of slice of life seperti cerita Insinyur Soekarno or Jenderal Sudirman or something else. So this is a slice of life. Next, personal experience. Nah, everybody has experience of course. Semua orang itu punya pengalaman. And if you want to make it our story about our pengalaman, tapi kita bumbui dengan cerita yang seperti Mr. Bay tadi sebut di awal, ini yang engineer true story, cerita asli tapi kita sedikit rekayasa, ya, nanti akan masuk ke dalam jenis naratif ini, personal experience. Nah, you can try it, you can make it your own narrative story, and probably if that's well known outside of this world, probably you will get a popular narrative. Okay guys, the next step is talking about generic structure. By the way, this is one of the most important thing in narrative text that you have to study there. By the way, this is talking about narrative and generic structure. Back again, narrative and generic structure. What is generic structure? Generic structure is about bagian text. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 is talking about orientation. The content is talking about who, when, and where the story happened. That is orientation. And number 2 is about complication. Complication is talking about the first problem, and it could be racing out, and then it will be in climax of the story. Number 3, resolution. Resolution is the end of the story, and it could be the solution or probably the advice from the characters to close the story, to end the story happens. Number 4, reorientation. But in reorientation, Mr. Bay made it in little bit different, because Mr. Bay make it there is optional. You can see it there. This is optional, guys. Yeah. So in reorientation is about optional. Anda bisa lihat di sini. Nih, di sini guys. Optional ya. Reorientation penutup cerita yang bersifat optional, and it could be the advice or the suggestion from the writer for what ya, for the readers guys, untuk pembacanya itu tahu apa sih pelajaran moral, saran yang diberikan oleh penulis dari sebuah teks naratif. Oke guys, next. Yeah, the next slide is, yeah, of course, unsur kebahasaan. This is very important. If you study English, so that's why you need to study about language features. Apa saja sih yang harus ada dalam unsur kebahasaan naratif? Anda bisa lihat di sini. Yang pertama is called about subject pronouns, ya, subject pronouns, and then action verbs, past tense, time connective, and of course nouns. Nah, by the way, action verb is also past tense ya. Jadi past tense ini maksudnya adalah kata kerja yang dipakai dalam bentuk narrative, dan dia menggunakan bentuk kata kerja lampau yang kita kenal dengan verb to. Ya, yang kita kenal dengan verb 2. Jadi semua naratif itu ceritanya dia menggunakan bentukan verb 2, atau istilah katanya kata kerja yang dipakai untuk menyatakan past tense. Dan tentu saja kalian juga harus belajar tentang regular verbs and irregular verbs. Itu kalian bisa belajar sendiri, dan Mr. B akan berikan how to memorize it, regular and irregular verbs, someday on this clip guys ya. Okay, we continue back again guys. So in action verbs you can use it in past tense, because in past tense you will use it verb to. Okay, verb to in order to make it in past tense, atau kata kerja bentuk lampau di dalam naratif ini. Tidak hanya past tense guys, jadi kalian juga belajar di sini untuk mempelajari tentang subject pronoun, yaitu berupa kata ganti orang, hewan, atau benda di dalam cerita tersebut. Misalnya nih guys, stepmother, the dwarfs, heritage, and something else. Ini biasanya kata ganti yang dipakai untuk beberapa characters yang ada di dalam cerita narrative. Action verbs tadi udah Mr. B ajarin. Jadi kata kerja yang bentuknya menggunakan verb 2 guys. Jadi dalam hal ini Anda bisa mempelajari dengan menggunakan kata say, told, thought, and many others. And then this is a relation with verb 2 atau verb 2. Or you can say it like in past tense using verb 2, and then using kata kerja of course. For example, like went, at, met, and something else. Dan ini of course in using past tense atau verb 2. Next, time connective. Time connective, if you see it there, this is kata penghubung waktu yang mengurutkan kejadian guys. So in narrative it should be like after, before, after that, and many others. Dan ini tentunya very important guys. So you have to know it. Except that noun is the last part of narrative text. This is using adjective noun phrase guys, such as big giant, and then beautiful princess, or witch, and many others, dan yang lainnya. Okay, you can repeat it again, or you can play the previous page, and then you make it continuous again the video guys, so you can play and stop like that guys ya. Okay, next we are going to move on to the example of narrative text. Yes. Okay guys, this is the example of narrative text. You can see it there, but I think it looks like too small narrative text, and so that's why probably you can study there by yourself, right? I'm going to send you the file there in the description, the description of YouTube channel today. And then I hope also you can understand a lot about that one. But the first thing that you have to do is about translate it first, as usual, because this is one of the language of English. So it's very hard for us if we do not know the meanings by itself, guys. Okay, we try to analyze the text, but analyzing the text this time is not all analyzing, just only focus on purpose and what can you learn from the text. Check this out. Okay, the purpose of the text is tujuan. Tujuan that you can see there, tujuan from the text by the way. And it will be different from one story to another. So ini adalah perbedaan antara satu cerita dengan cerita yang lain. Kalau purpose-nya itu to entertain or to amuse the readers or the listeners about the story. I will give you this one. It should be the deaf frogs, guys. Ya, ini harusnya the deaf frogs, not the dead frogs, but the deaf. The deaf frogs means like kata yang tuli atau kata yang tidak bisa mendengar. Nah, purpose narrative has changed. Jadi it's same for one story to others. That's to entertain or to amuse we as the readers or we as the listeners about the story. Okay, guys, yeah. So purpose narrative same. Okay, same for one story to another. Okay, guys, yeah. Okay, next the moral value. Moral value is nasihat or pesan moral, guys, that you can get it from the story. It could be different from one story to another. Itu kemungkinan besar berbeda ya, pesan moral yang kita dapat dari sebuah cerita. Biasanya one story to others it will be different. Jadi akan berbeda antara satu cerita dengan cerita yang lainnya, guys. Okay, one of the moral values that you can see there is don't listen somebody say bad about us. Jadi jangan terlalu mendengarkan orang yang berkata buruk kepada kita. Maybe this is should be like our efforts, our spirit to get something good later. Okay, next number 2, don't be surrender easily. Jangan pernah mudah menyerah to get something. Yeah, this is good for you. Alright. And keep fighting on your purpose. It's also good if we want to get our purpose. We have to keep fighting to get it. So that's the what you call moral values on this story. Okay, let's practice now. I want it to you as your own individual job at home. If you see my YouTube channel today, this is talking about narrative, and then I'd like to you to find an example of narrative text. And please you try to analyze it by giving the purpose of the text and find out 3 moral values which you get from the text. Means that this is your individual projects, guys. So if you can get it one text of narrative, and then you can giving the analyzing by giving the purpose and then the moral values, at least 3 sentences from moral values, I think you will understand a lot about narrative, guys. So you have to practice by yourself after this video or this content is over. Done it, guys. Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. I think ini presentation Mr. Bai yang sudah Mr. Bai editkan. If you still get some problems, you may chat me and then you can give me your comments if you still do not understand about narrative. Okay, I'm going to give you a lot of materials in my YouTube channel Mr. Bai Education. So that's why please subscribe and then share about this worthy materials, guys. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a nice day and goodbye.